Hello everyone, welcome to Amarjyoti's Crochet World. Today I'm here once again with my new tutorial. Today we are going to make the part 2 of this beautiful and cute cookie. So the first part we had made with the head and the arms. This was part 1 and now we are making part 2. Part 2 will be for the body. It will start from from the bottom to the neck side. So from legs we will start and go till the neck portion. Okay, so let's start it making its body and the tail. Okay, so body and the tail, these two things we are going to make. Take the same yarn that you have taken for making the head and the arms. The pink shade, the white shade should be there, and some black yarn for making the facial features. Okay, so take the same pink shade and the crochet hook, because I'm making with the acrylic yarn and it's a thin acrylic yarn, so I'm using 2.5 mm crochet hook. Okay, we need a pair of scissors, we need a stitch marker and a darning needle. Okay, because we have to sew all the different parts together, and all the the ends needed to be hidden. Okay, so let's quickly begin with these things. And why do we need the stitch marker? Because we are going to work in the spirals, right? So we are going to start with the leg. One leg I have already made, so you have to make one more similar one. So in total you have to make two parts. You have to fill these legs with the fiber filling. I have not filled it because when I connect it, then I'll stuff it with the stuffing. Okay, so let's make two legs. Make one leg and leave some 6 to 8 inches long tail, and then leave it over there. Okay, while finishing off. And then the second part, the second leg, let's make now. Okay, this is the stitch marker, and taking the same yarn that I have taken for making the rest of the part of the body, make a magic circle. Chain 1 to secure the magic circle, and make 6 single crochet stitches in the magic circle. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Pull the end and close the loop. Now we will be working in spirals, as I told you. So in the immediately first stitch, insert your hook and you have to make 2 single crochet in each stitch for row number 2, but make a first single crochet stitch and then mark it with the stitch marker. The first stitch of every row will be marked as a stitch marker. So one single crochet is done in this stitch, one more single crochet in the same stitch you have to make. So, and in every stitch ahead you have to make 2 single crochet stitches. So in total there will be 12 single crochet stitches in row number 2. Okay, 1 2 1 2. The last stitch, 1 and 2. You must make sure that there are 12 single crochet stitches. So let's count: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12th one in the stitch marker. Now row number 2 is done. Row number 3, remove the stitch marker and 1 single crochet stitch in the first stitch. Attach that first stitch with the stitch marker. 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch. So our sequence is 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch. So 1 2 1 2 1 2, repeat it till end, and your stitch count will increase from 12 to 18. So I'll meet you at the end of row number 3. So row number 3 is also done. Remove the stitch marker. Row number 4, 1 single crochet in the first stitch and then mark it with the stitch marker. 1 single crochet stitch in the second stitch and 2 single crochet stitches in the third stitch. So our stitch pattern will be 1 1 and 2, 1 1 and 2, 1 1 and 2. Okay, so 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the second stitch, 2 single crochet stitches in the third stitch. So repeat this pattern till end. Your stitch count will increase from 18 to 24. So I'll meet you at the end of row number 4. So row number 4 is done. Total stitch count has been increased from 18 to 24. Remove the stitch marker to start with row number 5. Now row number 5 we are going to work in the back loops only. See, this is the these are the stitches. So in each of the stitch use the back loop only. Make 1 single crochet, first single crochet in the back loop and then mark it with the stitch marker. Like that, complete 24 single crochet stitches in the back loop only. The very first row will be made in the back loops of the stitches, like this. Okay, so why to make this back loops? See here, this leg, this portion has been done, and if I have made in this whole stitch, so it would have got curves. So now to avoid giving those curves, there is a edge you can see over here. This edgy portion is given so that it gives a rectangular shape, kind of a cylindrical shape kind of thing. Okay, so like that, make 1 single crochet stitch in each of the back loops. In total 24 stitches. This is just for the first row when you start making the leg portion. Now we are not going to increase or decrease anyhow. That is why we are just going to give the height to the work. Okay, now 24 single crochet stitches are done, right? Now remove the marker. Now make next 10 rows with 1 single crochet in each of the stitches, 1 single crochet in both the loops. Okay, so mark this stitch with the stitch marker. This is your first stitch, and we are going to make from row number 6 to row number 15 1 single crochet in each of the stitches in both the loops, right? So this is row number 6 till row number 15. Make 1 single crochet in each stitch so that the leg can be given a height like this. Okay, I'll meet you at the end of row number 15. So I'm done with the second leg also. So as I told you, you have to make 2 legs with similar stitch count. So after the 16th row, first leg you will keep a long tail, some of the long tail, because when you connect both the legs there is a gap in between there that you have to stitch with your sewing needle, and the other one we will continue crocheting with the other leg. So after making the last stitch in this row, so the stitch where you have just finished it off, insert your hook and start making single crochet from there. So here in this row there will be 24 single crochet stitches, and complete all the way around over here. 1, You can mark this stitch with your stitch marker as well, so that is why you will get to know which is your first stitch, otherwise it gets hidden inside. Okay, so I have also marked this stitch as my first stitch, and this first stitch is on the other leg, not on this the current leg. Okay, so start continuing making one single crochet in each of the next 24 stitches. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, like this. Make 24 stitches in this leg. So 24 single crochet stitches in this leg are done. Now I am going to switch to the next leg. So here you had made the last single crochet stitch of this leg, and now you will make in this leg in this stitch. Let me check it out once again. When you made the single crochet stitch, yes, in this stitch you had connected, right? Now in the next stitch on the other leg, here start making one single crochet. Rest of the 24 single crochet stitches, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, like this. Complete 24 more stitches. So I have made 24 stitches in this leg as well. So in total we have 24 plus 24, that means 48 single crochet stitches, and our legs are connected. But if you see, there is a gap in between both the legs over here. This gap we need to stitch with this extra thread that I have told you to keep like this. Okay, now so first row for connecting both the legs is done. Remove the marker and then start making rows. So you have to make total 10 rows. So first row to connect I have done already. Now this is the second row with one single crochet in each of the 48 stitches. Okay, so like this you have to make 10 rows. Now I am not continuously counting from, like from here I started row 1 till row 16 in single leg, and if I see 16 rows are over here also, but when you connect it, that will be 17th row, but I am not counting it as 17th or 18th or 20th row. So I am counting legs rows separately, and then the body row, the bodies that after connecting this I have made counting separately. Okay, so first row to connect both the legs is done. Now I am making the second row. So in total make 10 rows with one single crochet in each of the 48 stitches. I will meet you after the 10th row. Okay, now 10 rows have been done. So starting with the 11th row, so make one single crochet in the first stitch and mark it with the stitch marker. One single crochet in the first stitch that I have made now, one in the second, one in the third, one in the fourth, one in the fifth, one in the sixth, and 7th and 8th we are going to make invisible decrease. So one single crochet in first 6 stitches and next 2 stitches make an invisible decrease. So repeat this till end. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and make an invisible decrease. So repeat it till end. So I'll meet you at the end of this row. One single crochet in first 6 stitches, and 7th and 8th make 7th and 8th to be made invisible decrease. Okay, now your stitch count has been reduced to 42. Earlier it was 48. Now remove the stitch marker. This was the 11th row that we have done. 11th row had a decrease. Now make row number 12 and row number 13 with one single crochet in each stitch. Now that means 2 rows to be made without any increase or decrease. Okay, so make 1 single crochet in each stitch for row number 12 and row number 13. I'll meet you at the end of row number 13. Okay, so this is the end of row number 13. So at this point of time I am going to fill the stuffing in legs and this portion, but you can see there is a gap like this in the middle of the legs. Okay, so we need tapestry needle or darning needle, and then the yarn that we have left in between the legs, we are going to take that and then stitch it like this before stuffing in between the legs. Open the middle part of the legs and then take the stitches from both the sides and then make 1 or 2 stitches to close the opening over here. Make a tight knot and then hide the yarn inside, and then that's it. Now I am going to keep the yarn inside over like this. Now the opening has been closed. Take the stuffing and fill the stuffing in the legs. Fill it nicely so that the shape of the body takes place like this. Okay, now let's start with row number 14. Don't worry if you have not filled it properly, it's not so tight. Don't worry, because when we will increase over here we will stuff more fiber in that. So take the stitch, row number 14, 1 single crochet in first 5 stitches, 1 single crochet in the first stitch and mark it with the stitch marker. Okay, 1 2 3 4 and 5, and then a decrease, an invisible decrease. 1 single crochet in first 5 stitches, 2 3 4 5, and then an invisible decrease. So repeat this pattern till end. 1 single crochet in first 5 stitches and then an invisible decrease. So repeat this till end. Your stitch count will come down from 42 to 36. So I'll meet you at the end of row number 14. Row number 14 is done and my stitch count has been reduced to 36. Now row number 15 and row number 16, we are going to make 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. First single crochet is done, mark it with the stitch marker. Now row number 15, 1 single crochet in each of the stitches, each of the 36 stitches, and again row number 16 also 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. So repeat this row number 15 and 16 with 1 single crochet in each stitch. I'll meet you at the end of row number 16. So row number 16 is also done. Row number 17, 1 single crochet in first 4 stitches. First stitch, mark it with the stitch marker. Okay, 1 single crochet in first 4 stitches as I told you. So 1 is done, 2 3 4, then an invisible decrease. Again 1 single crochet in first 4 stitches, 2 3 4, and an invisible decrease. So repeat this pattern till end. Your stitch count will come down to 30. I'll meet you at the end of row number 17. Okay, row number 17 is also done. Remove the stitch marker. Row number 18 and row number 19, one single crochet in each of the stitches. So row number 18, one single crochet in each stitch, and then again row number 19 also one single crochet in each stitch. So repeat it with the one single crochet in each of the stitches for next two rows, 17 and 18, sorry 18 and 19. I'll meet you at the end of row number 19. So row number 19 is done. Remove the stitch marker. One single crochet, row number 20, one single crochet in first 3 stitches and then an invisible decrease. Mark the first stitch, 2, 3, one single crochet in first 3 stitches and an invisible decrease. One single crochet in first 3 stitches and then a decrease, or 2 single crochet together or invisible decrease. So repeat it till end. So one single crochet in first 3 stitches and then decrease, one single crochet in first 3 stitches and then invisible decrease. So repeat it till end for row number 20. I'll meet you at the end of row number 20 with stitch count of 24. Okay, so 24 stitch count will be there. I'll meet you at the end of row number 20. So row number 20 is also done. Remove the stitch marker. Row number 21 will be one single crochet in each stitch. So we are going to make 3 more rows, not this time 2 only, this time 3 rows we are going to make. Row number 21, row number 22 and row number 23. So make 3 rows with one single crochet in each of the stitches. So make one single crochet in each of the stitches for row number 21, row number 22 and row number 23. So I'll meet you at the end of row number 23. Your stitch count will be 24. So row number 23 is also done. Now slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 1 and leave some long tail, because now you will be stitching your neck with the head part and you need a tail or yarn to sew. Okay, so I am going to leave a tail and then finish it off. Right, now in this portion stuff nicely. Now you have to insert the stuffing properly. Stuff it properly so that the body shape of the body takes place. Do not stuff so little, else the amigurumi projects do not get proper shape and they have a loose consistency kind of consistency in their body, and that doesn't look nice. And do not overstuff it or overstuff on any particular side, otherwise the shape of the project will not be according to the required one. So evenly stuff on all the parts. Like this. So the body of Cooky is ready, the head is ready. Take the needle and stitch, take each step, because the end of the head was, the last stitch count was 24 and the stitch count over here in the body is also 24. It looks, though it looks smaller, but when you stitch it, take each stitch, one stitch from both the sides, and then keep on sewing and attaching both the head and the body. Okay, so attach the head and the body together. So the basic body of your Cooky is ready. Okay, So I'm keeping it aside, and let's make the small tiny tail. See, this is a bump kind of tail we are going to give it to our cookie. So let's make the tail. Again, take the pink yarn, make a magic circle, and then chain 1, make 6 single crochet stitches in the magic circle. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Pull the end and close the loop. Make 2 single crochet stitches in each of the stitches, because this is also in spiral. So I am going to mark my first stitch right now with the stitch marker. So 2 single crochet stitches in each of the stitches. 1 2 1 and 2. So total stitch count after row number 2 will be 12. So 6 stitches have been done already, then 8 stitches have been done already, 10 single crochets done, 2 more, and that's it. 12 single crochets are done. Okay, remove the stitch marker. Make 1 single crochet in first stitch and mark it with the stitch marker, and 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So make this sequence 1 and 2 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the first and 2 single crochet in the next. So your stitch count will increase to 18. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Last 2 stitches left, 1 single crochet in first stitch and 2 single crochet in last stitch. Your stitch count has been increased to 18. Okay, remove the stitch marker. So row number 4 and row number 5, make 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. So your stitch count will remain 18. Row number 4 and row number 5, 1 single crochet in each of the 18 stitches. So I'll meet you at the end of row number 5. Okay, so row number 5 is done. Remove the stitch marker. Make 1 single crochet in first stitch and mark it with the stitch marker, and then an invisible decrease, again reducing from 18 to 12. So 1 single crochet in first stitch and an invisible decrease, 1 single crochet in first stitch and then a decrease in the next, 1 single crochet stitch and decrease, 1 single crochet stitch and a decrease. Last 3 stitches left, 1 single crochet in first stitch and decrease in the last 2 stitches. So your stitch count has come down from 18 to 12. Now remove the stitch marker, slip stitch in the first stitch, chain 1 and leave some tail and finish it off. Now you will stuff a tiny amount of stuffing in this portion, because it's very big. So very small amount of stuffing to be stuffed inside it. And then stitch it at the back of the body over here like this. Okay, so this part 2 is complete. As in this part we have done the body part and the tail, and in part 1 we had made the head. See, the head we had done, 2 arms we have done. In part 2 we have done the body part and the tail. Okay, so we will do the assembly part in part 3, and rest some of the portions like ears and the facial features will be done in part 3. Okay, so that's all for part 2 of the video. So hope you like it. Please give it a thumbs up. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. And if you have any queries, any doubts, please do write in the comment section. And stay tuned for part 3 of this project, of this cute cookie. Hope you like it. And assembly part will be done in that part, and the rest of the features will be done there. Okay, so don't forget to press the bell icon so that you will get to know whenever I put any video on my channel. Okay, and thank you for watching my videos. Thank you once again.